The rules of national politics have been completely rewritten by the left. I've always pointed out that the Democrats and lefties in this country love to rig every system they're involved in. So instead of trying to win based on merit in the arena of ideas, they attempt to rig the system instead to ensure victory. Today, we're going to expose 20 despicable new rules the radical left has created to rig our national politics forever. Let's get into it. What's up, freedom lovers? Welcome back to the channel. Have you noticed that the power-hungry left keeps changing the rules to stay in power? They've always done this throughout history, but lately they've gone completely out of control. They no longer try to hide it, and they don't care if you know what they're doing. They do it anyway because there's no consequences when you're the one in power and you have no scruples, no dignity, and no conscience. I think a major litmus test to run as a Democrat is you must be a sociopath. Victor Davis Hanson is a senior fellow at the Hoover Institution. If you're a conservative, you already know who Victor Davis Hanson is. But if you're a lefty, you're a moron, so I'll have to explain. Victor Davis Hanson is a guy who goes on TV and destroys leftist narratives. Well, he just posted on X their top 20 schemes for rigging national politics. I'm going to read them now and try to see if there's any that you recognize the Democrats doing. I can almost guarantee that no one, right, left, or indifferent, will watch this video and not pick up at least one or two. What Victor Davis Hanson wrote was, what the left has bequeathed us. The left has created new rules for national politics. Here are 20-some precedents they now have established for America in the future. 1. When in control of the Senate, demand the end of the filibuster. When not, don't. And we've seen that starting with Harry Reid when he was majority leader and Mitch McConnell told him, if you do this nuclear option crap with filibuster, you will regret it. And they did, and they regret it. Number 2, call for the end of the Electoral College, but only if it appears to recently favor the candidate of the opposition. Now, isn't that what Hillary Clinton did? Isn't that the first bill that she put up when she became a senator to end the Electoral College? She wanted the popular vote to decide the presidency. So she wanted California and New York to decide every national election. She wanted to rig elections. Number 3, in an election year, change any state balloting laws deemed unhelpful through administrative fiat or court order to favor your political candidate. That's what Democrat lawyer Mark Elias did in 2020, and he's bragging about doing it right now again for 2024. He and his team of lawyers went around to the key battleground states and others and got leftist judges to change the state's election laws to favor the Democrats. The last I checked, that's against the law. Article 1, Section 4 of the Constitution says that only a state legislature can change election laws, not a judiciary and not the executive branch. Number 4. Seek to flip electors from voting in accordance with the popular vote count in their states. Indict as an insurrectionist any of the opposition who dare to do the same. We saw that too. Number 5, raid the home of any opposition ex-president who removed classified files. Exempt any sitting president of your party who did the same. Number 6, form the private homes of and then bully and intimidate any Supreme Court officials, politicians, or citizens you oppose. They did that as well. Even Chuck Schumer threatened 2 of them, Gorsuch and Kavanaugh. Number 7, appoint 2 special counsels, one to go after the current chief presidential opponent in an election year, the other to exempt and excuse the sitting president for the very crimes charged against his rival. Number 8, lobby to remove any oppositional president through the 25th Amendment. Smear anyone as ageist who suggests a cognitively challenged sitting president of your party should be subject to similar invocations of the 25th Amendment. Number 9, exempt thousands of arrested rioters from charges of 120 days of arson, looting, injuring 1,500 law enforcement officers, and assault, but only if they are radical supporters of your party. Number 10, excuse any demonstrator or rioter for desecrating public monuments and cemeteries or shutting down bridges and freeways or swarming and disrupting the Capitol Rotunda. Only if they agree with you and or are pro-Hamas. Otherwise, ensure the charged face lengthy prison sentences. Number 11, try to pack the Supreme Court, but only if justices you don't like are in the majority. Number 12, seek in an election year to remove a presidential opponent all state ballots for crimes for which he has never been charged, much less convicted of. Number 13, first target a presidential opponent and then change, warp, or redefine laws to convict him. Weaponized prosecutors should always indict their political opponents in jurisdictions where they are guaranteed like-minded justices and jury pools. Number 14, violate the 8th Amendment of the Constitution, the prohibition of excessive fines, by having sympathetic judges level multi-million-dollar fines to bankrupt the opposition candidate during a presidential campaign. The more there is no victim of a crime, the higher fines should be leveled for damages. Number 15, open the border by destroying all the protocols and executive orders of a predecessor president. Then welcome 8 million illegal aliens to surge into America on the premise a new constituency might support agendas that American citizens do not. Then call the non-existent border secure while blaming a predecessor president for having left it secure. Number 16, have local prosecutors invent criminal acts of an opposition national presidential candidate in efforts to make it impossible for him to campaign for the presidency. Number 17, use the FBI to hire out social media auditors to censor any news deemed problematic for the correct presidential candidate. Number 18, hire a foreign national to concoct a smear dossier about one's opposition political nominee. Ensure the FBI also uses and pays the foreign national to spread untruths among the media and administrative state. Number 19, on the eve of any major national or midterm election, ensure a president drains the strategic petroleum reserve to lower gasoline prices. Number 20, on the eve of any major national or midterm election, ensure a president promises to cancel billions of dollars in contracted federal student loans. Victor Davis Hanson is a very observant man. Someone finally put these things into a readable form. There are a lot of people in this country who are not a political whore like myself. They don't read political stories and go on social media to get the pulse of America every day for hours a day to come up with stories to write about and then go do videos on them. But they do know right from wrong. And when people are trying to rig systems and elections, well, we have a mainstream media that covers for them and repeats whatever the Democrats tell them to say ad nauseum like good little dogs. So share this video with friends if they don't know what's really going on, and I guarantee you they too will be able to point to a couple of them and say, yeah, I knew they were doing that. I just didn't think about it. All right, guys, smash that like button if you think the rules of the game have been changed forever by the Democrats. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and share the videos with like-minded friends who want to stay informed with what's really going on. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.